Welcome to the Saga Podcast, episode 22.
22.
22. Has anyone got deja vu?
That's a good rhyme.
Yeah.
22. Has anyone got deja vu?
That could be a bingo line.
What is bingo 22?
What is Two Little Ducks?
Oh, it's
Two Little Ducks, 22. Two Little Ducks.
Or did we say two swans as well?
No, they don't say two swans. No, I've never heard anyone ever say two swans about 22.
Or was that my head?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's it. Call
Check
the
these
vet.
swans out.
These
Somebody
swans
call the
are
vet, 'cause
sick.
These swans are sick.
These swans are sick.
Yeah.
Do people actually do that, do you
Yeah.
think? Like, have you ever been into like
I've seen a plasterer do it.
bodybuilding and like muscle people? Because it's a big scene in it in the UK.
That's the thing to talk about with construction, because you're lifting and carrying all day, and some lads, especially carriers. Have you seen any bodybuilders? do it?
I've actually seen loads of people in construction over the years that are not ripped at all, but are like unbelievably strong, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah,
Because it's all about technique, how you lift stuff and how you move stuff. Do you know what I mean? And and in a previous life, in a job, I've seen scaffold training. So scaffolders coming into training, and they're all like, not all, but some of them are dead like, I can bench press this, I can bench press that.
They're knackered.
But they can't lift a 21, which is the tallest.
And
Do you know what I mean?
This stamina, they're doing it all day.
Exactly.
Working all day.
Exactly.
Just constant grind.
Exactly. Danny, you're on the Red Bull, the vodka, and now you're about to open a can of beer.
Yeah.
What's occurring there then?
Well, the where we film, Pi Radio, they're very kindly offered.
Yeah, an AU vodka. What flavour is it, Dan, that you're drinking?
I don't know, to be honest. It's actually.
What's your favourite?
Strawberry.
What's your favourite vodka? Let us know in the comments.
Strawberry Burst.
Strawberry
Party
Burst.
next door.
Yeah, you feeling it?
Love it.
Are you getting that tingle?
Yeah. It's not the vodka, it's the Red Bull that'll do me.
Yeah, I can't drink Red Bull anymore. I'll be awake at 3:00 in the morning.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And that's another thing. Construction
people live on
construction
it.
people love Red Bull.
Yeah.
No.
Every morning, if you drive on the motorway, I'll guarantee you'll see a construction van, and there'll be one guy or girl cracking open like that giant can of Red
the
Bull.
massive
You know,
can.
the giant one,
Like £2.50.
and gulping it down.
Yeah. I don't get that. I can't have coffee past 10. So God knows.
What, 10 in the morning or 10 at night?
10 in the morning.
You can't have coffee past 10.
I know what you mean. I after
I'll be
12
awake all
that's
night.
cups of tea.
What, after 10 in the morning?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm a 6 coffee a day.
Time.
You have one before bed.
I do.
Sleep coffee.
No, milk before bed.
Jack will often pop down the stairs. I'll be sat playing GTA or Call of Duty or Fortnite, and he'll say, "Dad, do you want a brew?" And I'll say, "Yeah, do us a coffee."
He never makes me one.
No, he never makes. No.
Do you have little coffees though? You know what? Dad used to have little ones.
Espressos.
Espressos,
Beaker
yeah.
Dupla, Portugal.
Oh, I'm all over that.
Beaker Dupla.
Yeah, I'm all over that. Do I have? No, I just like a decent. How many teaspoons of coffee do you have in your coffee?
One.
1.5.
1.5.
1.5.
Now you're
Bit of a-
talking.
bit of a kick.
One. That's a bit
You're
weak.
making gravy.
That's a bit weak, that Danny.
Yeah.
1.5. One.
Like Maxwell Bleeding House with.
Yeah.
Actually, at work, I've got
Water.
into the granules in the pot and everything.
You mean like fresh coffee?
Yeah, tasty.
Now I
tasty,
do
yeah.
like one of those.
Really tasty.
A nice coffee is the Arabian coffee.
He's been to Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
He's been to Saudi
Instead of
Arabia.
going to
He's
Camel,
come back,
instead of
and
going
it's
to
all
Camel.
about.
Honest, the way they have the proper pots and everything, and you only get a little, even smaller than like an espresso, just like a little cup of it, but it's like scented with
Nice.
they have all sorts of different flavors and stuff. But
Spice.
Jack, I think you've got to do it. Greatest coffee in the world.
Do it, Jack. Do it, Jack.
Do it.
I don't know what the Saudi Arabians do with their coffee. It's some sort of thing, but it's pretty good. People seem to like it, and that's okay. We like that.
The Side Cabin Podcast. I can't do it. I can't do it, Jack. I can't do it.
The last one we filmed, we were actually talking about getting him on.
Episode 22, the end of end of episode 21, you suggested that we should email Donald Trump and ask if he'd come onto the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't think we've reached that far.
You don't know
just yet.
He's mental enough to say yes to it.
You can email the White House.
Right, shall we just do it?
Yeah.
You can phone the White House and someone will pick up.
Shall we? Hello?
Harrison Ford did it in Air Force One.
He did actually.
He did.
From the
He-
plane.
he did.
Oh my God, he did.
And she
He
didn't
did,
believe it was him, but then he convinced
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You can do
quality.
it.
Yeah.
You can,
He did.
even if you're a regular regular Americans, there is a number you can phone to the White House and just You can make a complaint.
Yeah, I'm pissed off. Why are you pissed off? There's a hole in the road or something.
Yeah,
Or
you can do that.
But you never know. He's the type of person who is mental enough to react to something. He might just turn up. He might be visiting England and think,
great guys, great guys.
He's a guy who goes off whims, and he doesn't.
yeah,
no
that's
plan.
what I mean. That's what I mean.
He just
There's no
goes
plan.
off randomness.
He's got
It's just-
no plan.
He did do a lot of them before the election.
Um,
Now he's in.
So back to episode 22. Obviously, well, this is episode 22. We've now decided that the podcast will just go wherever it goes. So we don't really need to set agendas, do we, about things, really? But we always like to see what each of us have been doing. Yeah. So, Danny, what have you been up to since episode 21?
So episode 21. So been working on the extension. Great news.
Great news. Great news.
Fantastic news about Daniel Mealy's extension.
I wanted to do a big shout out. Obviously, Dave, Andy worked on it, and Mike. But a big shout out to my nephew Harry. He worked on
your favourite nephew. He hates you. He hates you. He hates you.
All these episodes we've done.
No, go on. Sorry, Dan.
So did the extension.
Yes.
Building control. It's the third visit. They've all passed it. Everything bang on with the block work, brickwork, damp, and everything. And Harry's done. Dave, you have, and Mike and Andy has. But
yeah,
I want to say big thanks to Harry.
Well done, Harry Melia. Well done.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Harry.
He's done a cracking job, and it's all passed. So that's the main thing.
It's all passed.
So yeah, well chuffed.
What else have you been up to?
Been to Portugal. Went to Portugal
Again.
Nice.
last week.
Again. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I think you're the most well-travelled individual of the podcast.
Probably.
Yeah.
No, he's been to Amsterdam about 10
Although
times.
you've done a bit recently, but
Yeah, but you've been to you've been to Saudi Arabia. I've never been there, but I have. I've been to a lot of places in Europe. I've been to America, and that's it. But I've been all over Europe.
yeah. You fired a gun in Vegas, didn't you?
I did find a
big gun.
sniper rifle.
Get some.
Sniper rifle.
A sniper rifle, was it?
I thought, is he going to do it?
Did you feel powerful when you shot the gun?
Do you know what the weirdest thing? They go on about the gun laws. I don't agree with guns. I don't agree with being able to own one. That's my own personal opinion, but I don't like it. But
however,
what was mental was when you walk into the gun shop and it's a range and it's all secure, and the guys there are, you won't mess with them. But you go walk it. We walked in. We didn't book. We walked in and said, "Oh, could we have a shoot?" And
Rifle range,
one of my mates shot like the James Bond gun. I can't
Both
remember.
PK.
Like it was like that.
Yeah.
One mate shot an Uzi. Brown.
I knew that's brilliant.
And I said, "Well, I want the sniper rifle."
oh, I love that.
So what was mental, what we all thought was weird, is they say, right, these are loaded. They didn't ask us for ID. I thought they were going to ask us for driving license, passports.
Just gave you a loaded gun.
We just paid. They gave us a loaded gun in Vegas, and you want like a dodgy one. It was like just at the end of the strip. They passed me a sniper rifle.
Oh.
Had 5 bullets in it.
Jesus.
Right. So I'm stood there. Like
And you'd
that.
never shot a gun before?
I've shot
an air
a
rifle.
shotgun before. And,
Oh, yeah.
But like daft stuff. Like,
Yeah.
And I was stood there. My mate had an Uzi. He stood there like that, fully loaded. And my other mate is shot there with a pistol. And he said, "All right, follow us these. Don't point them down. Don't shoot." They were fully loaded. Right, and we walked through this room onto the gun range. I could have literally just gone like that, bang, and shot him in the head.
Did you get
I was scared.
even for a brief second, like,
Yeah.
I might just kill someone now.
Well,
Just for like a millisecond of thought, like,
Let's do it.
just like
it's
fuck
weird.
it.
I did, but because I had the sniper rifle, everyone was too close. But Brownie, who is quite a stable bloke and big listener of this, he and Toz said,
Anthony Brown, shout out.
I felt like
Just murder. Yeah.
like
Grand
it
Theft
was
Auto.
weird. It's like it's like when you're in a tall building.
Because-
it's an actual urge to jump off it.
Yeah.
Oh no, that is a human.
That's a psychological thing.
That
yeah.
is the same thing.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
I think we might have said this on the last episode that we recorded that not actually went out, but there's that camera that was fixed for a year over the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And it recorded, they said it was recording weather patterns, and it wasn't. It was actually recording people obviously taking their own life, committing suicide, which is a terrible thing. Of course it is. But one person survived the jump, and there's only 2 that have ever survived. And they interviewed him afterwards and said, "Why did you do it?" And he just said, I don't know. I just got the urge to jump.
He didn't plan.
He didn't walk. He didn't plan to do it. He
That
just
is
got the
scary.
urge to jump, jumped, and then he said he immediately regretted jumping. Obviously, the moment he jumped, he didn't know why he did it. He just did it.
That is what I went to. I saw the Niagara Falls like 20 years ago in Canada.
Yeah. Did you want to?
And when the water's going over, it's almost like a pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
It's a strange thing, isn't
like
it?
a
get
weird
it.
thing.
I do.
Do any of you ever remember that documentary? It wasn't a documentary. It was like a police stop camera thing. And it was about these two sisters.
Yes.
They jumped in front of
They were like Swedish,
yeah.
Swedish
Oh
or
my
Norwegian
God.
or
Yeah, they were like,
Yeah,
they were like
They were mental.
Scandinavian.
They ran across the road.
And one of them ran across the road.
Yeah.
A truck, a full articulated lorry, went right over her.
Remember it?
And she just got up and carried on running off.
They must have
But
hit.
then
just the-
assisted did the same.
And then
thing.
assisted did the
Mad.
same thing. Yeah, it was
The police-
unbelievable.
Police couldn't believe it. Yeah.
I think
No, one of them did it while the sister was on the ground and the police were trying to.
Yeah.
I
something like
think it must have something to do with like, it takes your whole life to build everything up, like your career, your house, money, saving.
I know what you
finances.
mean.
It takes years, decades. It takes one stupid decision to throw it all away, and there's almost something intangible.
There's like an
about it.
appeal about
Yeah,
it.
You can just
it's like
throw everything away with
Human
one
beings
dumb
have got that in
choice.
them.
Do you know
Human
what,
beings
though?
have got
That's
this.
so interesting.
Yeah,
I got stuck, as you all know, the other night on the M66
for about 10 hours.
for
Tell them what happened, Dan.
the car broke down, overheated. But that car, you know what? Shout out to Toyota Igos.
Toyota Igos.
Amazing cars.
You love it, don't you?
I love it. I'm gutted that it's gone. I think it's totally gone.
Has it gone to car heaven?
Not yet. It's going to get checked. I'm giving it. Is
Is it in a coma
Is it-
currently?
it's in a coma.
We
It's
might
in a-
have to switch the machine
in a
off.
coma.
Yeah.
The car's in a coma, and it's going to get checked out. But if it does say, if the mechanic says, "Look, it's gone," I'll be like, "It's fine." I almost want to give it a Viking funeral.
Let's do it. Let's set fire to it.
You know,
And tell the police
Put it on a
it was
raft
it was
and then
stolen.
claim the insurance.
Dan, we can't do that now because we've just announced that we're going to do that, so we can't.
I was sat there I was on the phone to you, I phoned Andy,
Yeah.
for about 3 hours. I must admit though, you said at one point, if you got out and sat on the grass, I was like, I can't.
He sat in the car on the hard shoulder, which you're not supposed to do.
no, he's supposed to be
You're
the
not
side of the
supposed to do
barriers.
that.
No, but hold on. Where I was on the hard shoulder, so there's 2 lanes of M66, and there's a joining lane there, so there's a small patch of grass, and I thought, well, I'm fucked from both sides.
Health and safety would have a field day, Daniel, with you.
So I did get out at one point, but it didn't cross my mind to go into the middle of the motorway. But that particular show where those 2 girls went,
Oh my word!
I was thinking, God, they did that. They must have just jumped across. At no point did I think,
Yeah.
fuck this. To be honest, if anything, I was like, how am I going to have a wee?
yeah,
Yeah.
Because
I
I
know.
can't go there. And I'm going to have a wee in the middle of the road.
I mean, I know we're getting deep here. We're going down the rabbit hole, but it kind of leads you on to. We've talked about this before about how construction's got this massive issue with suicide, and it's got this. I'm not planning to talk about this, but let's do it. And it's got this huge issue with suicide. And it's got this huge issue with males in particular. It's got the second highest industry in the UK for suicide rates. And you do often wonder, don't you? Because sometimes when you hear about individuals that have done it, and we all think, fucking hell, that's a shock. Why has he done that, or why has she done that, or whatever? But it is mainly hims. And you sort of think, was it just
Spur of the
a
moment.
spur of the moment thing? Did he just
It might have been in a bad place, but then it might have just been something that just tipped them over.
Yeah.
as
And they did it.
as opposed to like a planning?
Just talking about America, they have a high rate of gun deaths, don't they?
Yeah, huge.
I'm not exactly sure, but I think at least 2/3 are suicide.
Really?
So it's not. Nobody thinks it's these big mass shootings and violence and stuff, drugs and.
You got your phone?
But
Just Google how many gun deaths in
I'm
America.
sure a
Yeah,
good
but I
percentage
can't
of it
take
is
mine off
actually
that.
suicide. But if you think that the gun is it's the most, it's the quickest way, isn't it?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
And if
But
you
I
have
mean,
if you have that mad 5 minutes of absolute in
Yeah.
the pit and
on that bombshell, how are you, Danny?
Happy Friday.
Suicide.
Yeah.
No, obviously not you, Danny, but you know what I mean. Anything else, Dan? Anything else that you've kind of done since we last recorded?
So I went to Zoomarine. That was good.
Where?
Where's that?
Zoomarine in Albufeira, Portugal.
What's that, Danny? Tell us about that.
Do you know what? The only way I can describe it to you two is, do you remember SeaWorld?
Yes.
Like that.
Brilliant.
You
With
put a
like
video up.
perspex
Put a video
tubes and you walk through them and stuff.
Unbelievable.
Love it.
Brilliant. The kids loved it.
What was it? Was it Jaws 4 where the shark
Jaws
attacked?
3. Jaws
Jaws
3D.
3.
Jaws 3. Jaws 3D.
Yeah. Michael Caine.
Yeah.
That's 4.
Is that 4?
That's on the Caribbean island.
Terrible that one.
How many
Oh,
gun-
it was 58%. 58%.
Oh, it's 58%.
Gun
What's that?
deaths are
suicide? Wow,
Yeah.
in America.
America.
Jeez, wow,
More than
wow.
half.
58%.
What they say about the actual gun deaths, it's like at least, like I said, it's nearly 60% is suicide.
Wow, unbelievable. Go on, Dan.
The last episode we did, one thing I did want to mention, we talked about prices of mini eggs.
You got very irate about the price
And
of
I got
chocolate.
worked up.
You did get worked up about.
worked up.
You got extremely annoyed about
And
the price of
rightly
chocolate.
so.
Yeah, because a bag is nearly £2.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
a
In
bag
fact, I think you shouted at Cadbury's UK, and I tagged them into a video. They didn't respond,
well, they should do.
but I don't think they're brave enough, Danny.
The favourite, it's great chocolate. I'm not calling the quality of chocolate. I'm calling
Yeah.
their price.
Yeah.
But also, it's just been Easter.
Yes.
So all the parents and
Yeah.
everyone's been doing Easter eggs.
Yeah, yeah.
and all the shit that,
Yeah.
prices of Easter eggs have gone up.
Bastards.
Again.
Yeah.
yeah.
Again.
On Easter Sunday, I spent 2 hours looking for Tom's Easter egg that I'd eaten the night before.
What, to replace it?
Yeah, yeah. No, I knew.
but
I knew I'd
Easter
eaten
Sun-
it.
Easter Sunday's a nightmare.
I
to
knew I'd
find.
eaten it, but I couldn't tell him that I'd eaten it, and he was looking for it, and I would
That's how
say,
you used
"I don't
to
know
do
where
it.
it's gone. I've lost it."
But that's a terrible.
That is pretty bad.
I think that's good parenting.
Hold on.
No, but no. You went to a shop to buy it. You mean?
No. I was looking around the house with him, looking for the Easter egg, which I knew I'd eaten.
Yeah, but you've got physical evidence.
Well, he's only 6. He doesn't
Hang on a
eat it.
Which one was it? then?
Yeah, which one? What type?
Was it a mini egg one?
Cream egg.
Cream egg.
Cream egg.
Surely he's got more than one cream egg.
No, I think he did.
Yeah, but you get about
Yeah.
50 for the
Yeah.
family. And
My children don't like cream eggs.
What?
what's going
Send
on?
him
there?
back. Send him
They
back.
say it's too gooey.
Oh, they've had a nightmare.
I mean, there's a lot of. There's a big sugar boost to
They
cream egg.
like the egg.
Yeah.
But they don't like the gooey stuff. They don't like caramel. They don't.
There's a great story that, sorry, Dan, that Sam told me, our nephew,
Yeah.
your cousin, the other day about when he was a kid, he remembers getting all his Easter eggs. And one particular day, it must have been a cold Easter. And he'd run home from school looking forward to his Easter egg, but he'd left it on the radiator and the whole thing had melted all down. And there was chocolate covering the whole. He'd left about
That's brilliant.
Yeah. And his dad went mad at him because he'd ruined the radiator. All the melted chocolate had
Yeah, 'cause
poured.
that's
all-
so difficult to
Yeah.
get out.
Tell you what though, wouldn't have fucking happened if it was a flake.
Boom. It wouldn't. Flakes don't melt.
Flakes don't.
Oh, in the wrapper.
No, not in the wrapper. Out of the wrapper.
no, out of the wrapper. Put it on top of a log
They
burner.
don't melt.
Don't fucking melt.
Flakes don't melt.
I've done it.
No,
He's a skeptic. Look, he
It
don't believe
doesn't
us.
melt.
no
It
I know.
do-
I know. You said inside the wrapper it's
No,
contained.
no. Take it out.
Put it in the comments. Do
right,
flakes melt?
Right.
So a flake out of the wrapper.
Out of the wrapper.
That's just
Put it on
chocolate.
top of a log burner. Right.
Andy, they don't melt.
It doesn't melt. I've done it.
Andy, they
I
do
got
not
pissed
melt.
One night, I got a flake, and I thought, "Fuck it," and I put it on top
red,
of the log
yeah, like
burner.
proper, like you
the
can
log
fry an egg.
burner was
You
easy.
can fry an egg on
250,
them,
300
though.
degrees. It doesn't
No,
melt.
it is true. It is true.
Well, it defies all the laws of
No,
physics.
Andy,
Exactly.
No.
It does.
No, it's like some Walter White shit. It doesn't melt.
Doesn't melt.
Like,
It
it's
doesn't.
got like crystal meth in it.
Yeah, so
But
could
you know
be.
what flakes come from?
No,
You know what they are?
no.
It's just the trimmings of like when however they
and
process it and
pieces.
send the chocolate through in the factory. It's just the leftover pieces, like the trimmings and stuff.
Oh,
of,
like the-
Yeah, but they must do something to it. Is it the folds that prevent
I
it
know
from?
what's weird.
Maybe
melt?
it's just compressed.
So
together or
basically,
something, I
they're
don't
like
know.
the what do you call it? What's the word? I don't want to.
No, because I've held the flake and it melts.
No, it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't melt. It doesn't melt. It doesn't.
All right, it obviously
This is
melts.
an urban legend. This.
No,
Obviously
Jack,
melts.
it doesn't
melt.
No. You could take a flake, right,
This
on a
is like
rocket
dogs
ship
can't look
to
up.
the sun, drop it, right?
It won't melt.
And it won't melt.
In fact, the sun would melt.
The sun would melt.
So somebody should come up with a
Somebody can make
film
chocolate.
when the sun's got because of global warming, they drop a load of flakes on the sun to
There you go.
dim the
You've
sun.
solved it. You've solved it.
Flakes don't melt. Right.
Just shoot
Google
flakes
flake,
at the
do
sun.
flakes melt.
Yeah, actually, by the way, this thing that we've got in the world at the moment about Google this and if it's true or false,
Ask Jeeves. That's what
right?
you do.
Fucking ask you.
Dave, that's
Google isn't always correct, though. You do know that.
it's
Right,
all
when it comes to
algorithms.
flakes melt, ask Danny.
No,
Because
ask
I put it
Danny.
on a log burner,
Yeah, yeah,
it
but-
don't melt.
Right, he's doing it now. Let's see what he can.
What's the log
Let's see
burner
what his
list?
answer is.
The log
do,
burner had MDF in it,
do
which you shouldn't put in.
do flakes melt?
No, MDF.
Do flakes melt?
I'm asking it now.
It's. Do you know what? It's
Scott, hi
I know
Scott.
it's
How you
cheap
doing?
And all that, but it's just not.
It's
Oh, here we
cheap.
go. We've got an interesting answer.
Give us it, Jack.
A Cadbury flake doesn't melt in the conventional sense due to its unique manufacturing process, which involves different arrangements of fat and cocoa solids. According to BBC Science Foods,
BBC.
may soften slightly, crumble, or burn at high temperatures in a microwave under a blowtorch at 2,000
Boom.
370 degrees Fahrenheit.
Well, the sun's.
And he's gutted because he's wrong.
He is wrong. Yeah.
I need to test
I,
it.
hates
so
it.
I did say that. I
basically-
said, is it something about the way it's processed?
Right, so tune in for episode 23
Well,
because we're going to get a
So-
flake. We'll
and a-
get a
and a
blowtorch if we're allowed to do it in the studio, and we'll try and melt that thing.
That's like some Willy Wonka types.
yeah, it's some mystical shit.
Out of all the chocolates, it is made in a very strange way.
Yeah.
It's not made like anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, it is unique, isn't it, flake?
What you said though, it's made out of basically, it's made out of the shit.
It's just all the crap that's left over.
It
Like
must
hot
be.
dog.
It must be folded or
it's
something.
advertised as one of the most fancy ones.
I love flakes.
That's the genius
Flake,
of it.
it's always been advertised as like the posh one.
But you always make sure to have an ice cream.
Well,
as
you know
well,
where
isn't it?
Fanta
About
came from?
99.
Oh, tell us a story about Fanta, Jack.
Where Fanta came from. During World War II, the Coca-Cola factories in Germany couldn't get all the ingredients for Coca-Cola.
A secret recipe, isn't it? Yeah.
So the workers in the factories or whatever just made a new drink out of what they had, and what they made was Fanta.
Brilliant.
Fanta's a German word for fantasy or fantastical or something like that.
So
And then at the end of the war, Coca-Cola claimed it as their own.
So
It was in their factory.
the Nazis made Fanta.
Basically, yes.
So that's
Yeah.
one good thing.
At least
they
the
did.
orange Fanta.
So
I
if
don't know
you
made any of the
if you
other
drink Fanta, you're a white supremacist.
flavours. Yeah.
Are we call
Well, no,
it?
it's the original Fanta.
Are we saying that?
It's the original
Can we say that?
Maybe
I've
they
just
made
said
Yeah,
that.
I've-
Fanta.
yeah, I've-
I don't know.
No, it's a good story though. It's an interesting story. That.
But there's a lot of things like that where it came. It's basically in a factory, a line or whatever. What can we do with this leftover crap?
What is the best invention in the world ever in the history of the world? What is the best invention?
The wheel.
Car. Yeah.
The wheel.
No, I don't think the wheel is anymore.
It's got to be the car for me, or the plane, an aeroplane.
Boring.
Well, you're getting into wheels and windows.
No, not about what's more on the planet. What is the single most important invention ever in the history of the human race?
The engine. Writing.
Oh, you see, is that an invention?
what about
though?
us?
Eyeglasses.
No, the human ability to make fire.
Fire.
Yeah, but it occurs naturally.
Yeah, no, but but it's
You mean to control it?
To control it.
Control it.
contain
Yeah, I like it.
Start it.
Danny, what do you think?
That's the start of everything. Prometheus and all that stuff.
I think.
Yes.
Someone. I don't know. Like.
Sony Walkman.
No, nothing fancy. Like fire's a great one.
A cream egg.
the one.
A cream egg.
Like.
A cream egg. It's the greatest invention known to man.
Like the wheel is good. It is. It's up.
Yeah, the
It's
wheel's
a
good.
classic.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's a classic invention.
I mean more like the ability to get water
mean-
to people's houses.
Do you mean like the basic, the one, the step up for Industrial Revolution stuff?
Yeah, I like that sort of stuff.
Right. This question's been doing the rounds at the moment. I'm going to ask you lot it. Right. Who would win in a fight
I already know.
between a gorilla and 100 men?
100 men.
Who would win in a fight?
Can you use weapons?
No, it's just power. So 100 men and a gorilla, and they all meet in the middle. Who would win in a fight?
I think the 100 men would do it.
I actually think they would as well.
Would half of them run off and all? I don't know.
No.
They've
They've got to
stick
be
together.
You've got to be committed.
Okay, so then the 100 men would win. I think.
Surely.
Yeah, but
But
gorillas.
them big fucking gorillas, they can
they
rip
don't
your
mess about.
arms
They
off.
can,
They
yeah,
can
they
rip
don't-
an arm out.
They don't
One
muck
man.
about.
But
But surely
100 men?
100 people would overpower.
Do you-
Surely.
do you-
100 fully grown men.
I don't know. I'm asking you.
What about? It's the same as like 100 children fighting an adult man, strong adult man.
100,
How old are the children?
100 kids would do that.
7
So 100 7-year-olds.
fighting one
Versus
like Arnold-
one man.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I think
You talk with 100. That's like almost
100 kids.
That's a lot of
They
people.
could swamp him though, couldn't they? They
Yeah.
could just totally swamp him.
Yeah.
The weight.
Totally
Yeah.
get over you.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Last question, then we will move on. Would you rather have, and you've got to have one or the other. You have to have one or the other. I'll finish the pod tonight with this as well. But you have to have either a toenail on your nose, right, or your nose on your toenail.
Nose on my toenail.
So you have to sniff things with your foot.
That's fine. I don't look at this face. This face is built for like.
It is good.
Beautiful.
No, you're right there.
I don't want a big.
Yeah, you can
toenail.
hide it. I don't have a big toe on your
I don't
nose.
think
You don't. No, it's a nail. It's just the thick. It grows and everything. The nail grows.
So with the nose on
cut
your
it?
toe.
Yeah, you can
does
cut
your-
it.
does
You
your
can
face-
trim it.
that's
You can make it
different.
look dead neat.
Does your face still look normal without the?
It's just
nose
you've
to the
got a
toe?
massive, like, big toenail on your nose.
I mean, it's something to talk about, isn't it?
No.
Or
Conversation
but then if you choose the other one, you've not got a nose and you've got your nose on the end
Oh, you
of
didn't
your.
say that.
No, it's on the end of your
No,
big
so-
toe.
But have you still got the cartilage and all to look like a nose?
You've got like a skeleton type thing, so there's no nose
You look
there.
like Voldemort.
Oh, that's a bit.
Yeah, a
weird.
bit like Voldemort. Yeah.
No.
No, I'll have the
Different.
nail.
You've changed things now.
No, it's the same parameters.
Nail.
So you're saying you want your toe on the end, your nose on the end of your big toe. So like if you go, oh, them flowers are lovely, you've got to put your foot up.
Yeah, but it wouldn't matter.
smell 'em.
where
If
you've
you
got
do
the
that
nail-
from.
Yeah, but wouldn't you get weird smells
It's
from
like
when as
saying
you're walking around?
If
Yeah,
your
you
mouth
would.
was
But you're wearing
there,
shoes.
I wouldn't care where
Well,
it went.
You're wearing
because
socks
still-
and shoes, so you're not going to smell anything.
Yeah.
Would you get?
No,
better
but that's the
smell?
thing. You would have to perhaps not wear a sock and a shoe for that foot. You'd have to have an open shoe, and so you because imagine if you didn't have smell now just today, it'd change your life completely. COVID, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd have the nail, and then if I catch anybody looking at it, I say, "Excuse me, my eyes are up here."
Yeah, but the thing is, well, yeah, exactly. But you could like paint it and everything. Do you know what I mean? you know, like you could paint. No.
Well, is there a planet out there somewhere with human-like people with nails on the nose?
Yeah, well, but there will be if you watch Rick and Morty. I mean,
Yeah,
Totally
multiverse.
accurate.
totally accurate. Yeah, but you see, because you're such a skeptic,
Yeah, of Rick and Morty. Yeah,
prove that it's not, and you can't.
I'm not proving.
Yeah,
well,
but you can't do.
I have,
you
I
can't
have
prove a
thing-
negative. You can't.
I have
prove
a thing on
negative.
that.
Is a what's the thing?
Yeah, but exactly. But that's my point.
Yeah, but people. My thing on it is that people think that if aliens on other planets that they could be just big blobs and look all sorts of crazy things. I think if there were and they're the same intelligence level, I think they'll probably look pretty similar to us, to humans. Maybe they'll be taller or shorter.
I've heard a great one about the Fermi paradox.
Oh yeah, go on.
Right, it's from a book called Blindsight by Peter Watts. Science
Yeah,
fiction
I know
author. Read it.
Blindside. Yeah,
It's about sentience, about intelligence.
yeah.
But are they genuinely conscious?
Well,
Self-aware, or is it almost a trick of being self-aware?
well, I mean, there could be life on there could be life on planets that are just trees.
No, I mean they are intelligent, but it's almost like a trick. Consciousness is something else from being intelligent.
So the Fermi
Instinct.
Yeah,
paradox.
like instinctive,
The Fermi paradox is basically paraphrasing, but basically where
Where are all the aliens?
Where are all the aliens?
Yeah.
yeah.
Where's the
Where are all the aliens? But we are literally just a speck of dust
yeah,
float. We are.
I think we're much more.
yeah.
than
The
that.
distances are massive.
I wonder what.
The
I think
distances are just
we've not
huge.
found anything else yet.
No,
so-
we are a speck of dust because that's proven. Because the furthest picture taken of us is quite literally a speck of
Yeah,
dust.
but that's all there is. So if that's all there is, and it's the only planet that has life on it, that makes it the most important thing in the entire universe.
I
Yeah, if that's the truth.
We don't have any other evidence really of anything else.
no, we don't. We don't.
So it's not just. I think that's where like scientists and these. I think that's where they mess up because it is
Imagine-
the most important. thing.
Imagine a million billion stars.
Do you know?
By the way, shout out to Brian Cox. We love you.
you know
If you
what-
ever want to come on the on the podcast, you can do.
Do you know what's interesting? Then,
The actor.
When
The
people
actor, yeah,
mention
yeah.
about
Yeah.
alien races and different worlds. They may not have doctors, nurses, dentists. They might not have.
Well, you know,
What the fuck?
They'll have people in construction.
I know what you mean. I know what you're saying here.
yeah, because when you go down to the basic
I know what you're saying
component
here.
points-
They will have people
Because they'll
who
need
build
habitats.
things.
They'll need to.
They will build things.
I
on
love
other
what you're
planets.
saying.
They
Boom.
might not have teachers. They might not be part of their
culture.
culture.
Yeah, 'cause that's the thing, you got to
They
go
might
through
not
different-
have dentists.
I love that.
They might not have teeth.
Teeth. They might not have
Hair.
hair. They'll have people.
They might
who
have
build.
They
Shit.
might have nails on the
So
on
they
the
will
noses.
They could be an alien psych-hobbing podcast now
Oh,
on
they will
another
be.
planet where they're
100%.
all going.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree.
But they will have stuff that builds.
It's often every life form, to some degree, will be a pattern recognition life form.
That's what I mean. So it'll
Because
be construction.
they'll have something to observe their own environment or interact with their environments.
Yeah, but
and when they're interact,
Like,
they've
they
got to
might-
be able to
What are the
measure.
What are the three? Is it the three?
The eye, the light sensor.
No, sorry, not about sensors. About life. Isn't it three? There's three. Like
Jobs.
procreation.
So prostitutes.
No. We're not,
And
no.
finance.
I,
No,
know, I
energy.
see what you're saying.
You need energy.
No. What I was saying is there are three. Aren't there three in specific? If you land on a desert island today,
Yeah.
right? There are three things that you need to survive: food, shelter, construction, and procreation, which
8 records for desert
reproduction.
islandists.
Yeah, so-
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? As a species, I mean,
Yes,
to survive.
yeah.
So shelter, it's construction. So you're right. I'm agreeing with what you're saying.
Prostitutes, chefs, and builders.
Prostitutes, chefs, and builders. Yeah, the three most important.
You won't want to procreate with a no.
I think. I'm sorry, prostitutes. If any prostitutes are
No,
listening,
but what I
to
mean
this.
is they are the three.
I get what you're saying.
So like they may not have actors. It might not be like
What
why'd you
the
act?
fuck are we talking about?
The 3 body problem.
I think
We were
probably just be
relating
exactly
it
the
back to
same as us.
construction. We're saying
No, we are.
basically if there was over
there's also there's a lot of what do you call it mirroring in forms as well.
Yeah, it's like the same thing happens on Earth all the time. There's things that come up at almost the same time in totally different.
What
it's
do they
like
call that?
when they were. I think
Yeah.
I've said this before. But when it's is it convergent evolution?
Yeah, it's convergent evolution.
It's
That's
like how
it. Yeah,
when
you're right.
cars were being designed,
Yeah.
there were car designers in Japan and car designers in America
at
that
the
came up
same
with the
time.
same.
I see what you mean.
Like four gears, a gearbox on a car, the same design at basically the same. Because
You
if
mean
you're
like
working on
computer age?
something and you're working in the constraints of this world,
Yeah.
there's only so many conclusions you can draw to.
Yeah, there's only so many
So
options.
there's not like
yeah, I see what you
can't
mean.
go down a totally different thing. It is just.
You sort of almost forced down that pathway in a sense.
Well, it's like, well, that's just what works.
Yeah.
Well, if you
Yeah.
think most life will start on a planet. With
Is that why?
gravity.
Is that why pyramids are built all over the
Yeah,
country,
yeah.
all over the
It's 'cause
world,
it's the
It's
simplest
like-
structure to build
Why
without
does-
the
why does
arch
every
or the.
car- why does every car have
lintel.
4 wheels?
or the Anunnaki came down? See, they're both skeptics.
No, I mean-
both of them.
No, I actually no. It's 'cause
I'm
we
not- I'm
think
not-
that humans were smart enough to build.
They
that.
are smart enough to build
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm not saying they're not smart enough to build it. All right. How did they cut? What's it called? Not limestone. Granite. Square. How did they do that?
Well, they had the same brains. They were
Really
intelligent.
smart.
And they had,
Yeah, but they didn't have
TVs.
fucking lasers, did they, or anything
No,
like that?
they
What
were
we've got
smart,
now.
and they had loads of time.
They
How
were-
was-
they were
you could
probably
rub at it
smarter
with
than us.
a piece of copper chisel or something.
Because this is the thing: if you have
100
constraints,
years.
you have to think outside the box.
I like it.
If you
Like
have,
it.
it's
I
like
agree with that. Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
put it this way: if
I like that.
you're trying to
I like
search Netflix for something to watch,
Yes.
you've got 1,000 different films. You can't make your
You have
mind
to
up.
cut
Yeah.
down the
If
parameters.
let's say
yeah.
you're on holiday somewhere,
Yeah.
staying in a cottage out in the countryside, you've got no internet connection, you've got 3 DVDs to choose
Yeah.
from.
You'll watch one of them three. I see what you're saying. I get what you're
Less
saying.
options. You just, I'm going with that. I'll do.
This is deep stuff. This is
That's my-
interesting
that's my
stuff.
feeling.
Obviously we recorded one, but the 21st episode, that something that came out was about the pyramids.
The 22nd, you mean?
Yeah.
The one that we recorded that
Oh,
the sound failed.
LiDAR scans or something.
So that
yeah.
there's
So so
Potential structures of-
basically, there's suggestions that underneath the middle pyramid in Giza, that they found columns with either a pathway around it or some kind of lidar detection.
Scanners for the satellite
Yeah,
scan.
that's where the aliens live now. That's where the lizards live now.
I think I need to see more.
Is that
need
where
more
all the
evidence.
dead
Need
celebrities
more.
go? Is
Yeah.
that where like Michael Jackson and Elvis? Are they all
Well,
down
they're all
there?
lizards, aren't they? They're all
Yeah.
apparently they're all lizards.
Yeah, I
Or are
mean,
they in Antarctica?
no, they're all on Epstein's island. Them fuckers, aren't they? Hey, and we can say that shit. We can say that.
yeah, he's dead.
He was just,
Yeah.
he was an agent, CIA, Mossad, or someone like
Who
that.
Epstein?
Something
He
like
works
that.
Yeah.
for Men in Black.
He was a honey trap man.
Yeah,
He's
he was.
a honey
But,
trap.
and do you know something about Epstein that's really interesting? They don't actually know where his wealth came from.
No, it's
Oh, no,
weird.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
It
not,
just
by the way,
suddenly appeared.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but he is a really dodgy.
Absolutely.
Weird.
And
The way
obviously,
he died and everything.
We have to be careful what we say here.
Of course,
But there
yeah.
was, not about Epstein, but I am going to say something that we do have to be careful about what we're saying, but I know I can say it because of done my due diligence. But the lady that accused Prince Andrew
Yes.
of
She's died.
she died just recently.
Terrible,
Yeah,
yeah.
she passed away just recently, at a very young age as
3
well.
children as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, no, I think. I think.
I don't know. But obviously we've got to be careful there. But it's interesting, don't you think?
Strange world.
Well, she had a
So
traumatic.
somebody who called somebody out is now dead.
Yeah. Yeah. These things
a
seem
recurring theme.
to happen quite a lot in human race. Danny, that's about half an hour's worth of discussion about how you are. So
Well, Danny's the most important man.
yeah, no, he
Can
is.
I go to the toilet?
Yeah, no. Do you actually want
Really?
to?
Should
No.
we break and ask Dave how he is first? Because we never do that. Because he always says, "You never asked me how I am."
No, none of you fuckers ever ask.
Right, Dave.
How are you, Dave?
How are you? What have you been up to?
I'm all right, thanks.
Anyway, listen.
Yeah.
So-
See, that's what they do. That's exactly what they do. Every episode. That's what they do every episode. Bastards.
Dave, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to?
Apart from stealing your son's Easter egg.
So I stole my son's Easter egg. It's been Easter. Since the last time we recorded, you're going to have to help me out here.
By the way, you know a lot of these
Dave,
kids now.
well, what have you done at home?
I don't know.
That thing you've been building.
Oh yeah, the office. Fucking hell. I was miles away. Yeah, so the office is now done, office/studio. So that's going to change the way we do our lives, certainly. We're going to be out live more often than not. Just trying to organise you guys to get there.
An interesting one is we spoke today. It's quite an interesting one about what happened today.
I don't know. I think I might be getting the early onset of Alzheimer's.
So Dave, I was speaking to Dave today, and obviously we've had quite extreme heat.
Yes.
So he sat in his office, new build. It's lovely, and it's been plastered lovely. And everything.
Timber, yeah, it's all timber roof. It's all beautiful. But I looked up today and I noticed about 8 plaster finish blows. Plaster finish blows that were around, like a board screw, board screw, and they'd blown.
Yeah.
And you said straight away, it's the heat in the roof.
Heat contracting the heat. From
Yeah.
Timber,
Yeah.
plasterboard, and then it's nothing really you can do because it's a great system Dave's got with a rubber roof, but it's just
absorbs
the
heat.
So
Yeah.
It's the heat absorption.
But yeah, that's all done. I'm going to Portugal on Wednesday. I'm going with my favourite brothers.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Me, Danny, and Mike are going. So we're going to Portugal, playing a bit of golf. We're going with 12. There's 12 of us going. And actually, I need to just say this because it's important. Even though you asked me how I'm doing all right. But our uncle passed away. My mum's brother passed away on... it's Friday night and he passed away on Wednesday morning. Is it Wednesday morning?
Thursday.
Thursday?
That was yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
Thursday.
It was Thursday.
Very early
Yes,
Thursday
yes.
morning.
Yeah.
Very early.
Wednesday.
Very early, Wednesday night, Thursday morning.
Yeah.
And just a shout out to Roy Shorrock.
Legend.
He was an absolute legend of a man. Probably actually one of the nicest men I've ever met in my entire... If not the nicest man I've ever met in my entire life.
I think him and his dad.
Yeah.
Him and his dad, our
That's the
granddad.
biggest compliment I can pay
Yeah.
Uncle Roy is that Roy and his dad, Will.
Yeah. So, Roy, this is to you. Cheers. Cheers, Roy.
Actually, he liked bodies, didn't he?
He loved Boddingtons. He loved bodies. So a quick shout out to his sons, Paul, Ian and Pete. Obviously, very sad time for the family and whatnot, but a great man who we love dearly. I feel like I'm doing a bit of a eulogy here, but I didn't mean to get into it. But
He's a plumber.
We've all
Well, he's a
worked
plumber,
with
he's a
Roy
plumber.
on different jobs.
Yeah.
I've worked with him. Yeah,
we have actually. We've all worked with him over the years, haven't we? And another man in the northwest of England that's died of esophageal cancer.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to have to say this. What the fuck's going on there? Because that is, I know personally 5 men that have got esophageal cancer and 3 of them have passed away.
Yeah.
So what? Actually 6, because there's a lady at work who's recently just had a bereavement because of it. So what is going on there? Why are so many men?
It's women as well.
Is it really?
Yeah. So my wife's her parents' friends. There's two of their close friends have got the same cancer.
I mean, so
weird.
are we just
I mean,
seeing?
I know there's cancer.
Are
of
we
all
seeing
forms.
like the
Is it
the end of that age group, as in the smoking age group, if you want to call them that
Yeah,
or whatever?
yeah.
You want, you know what I mean?
Apparently, that cancer. Apparently, that's not linked to smoking.
Yeah.
It's more linked to diet. which
What, esophageal cancer?
yeah, it's
Right.
not linked to smoking.
Really?
Apparently, that I remember from when.
Yeah,
they told
because it
Dad.
was.
Yeah, we'd go into
Well, when Dad died of it, I mean,
down.
I remember him heating up kebabs the next day, so fair play.
And he loved fry. Well,
Fucking hell.
KFC.
I was like, Dad, what are you doing with that kebab? I'm heating it up.
He warmed
It was last
KFC up.
night.
He did. He used to.
He warmed the KFC up.
He used to warm
What?
the barbecue
Ooh,
up
I'm going to be
the next
sick.
day. Don't get me wrong, I love KFC.
Was that the first generation of proper takeouts? From
Yes.
long term?
That's
Yeah.
what's
like
scary.
from the 70s and 80s
Yeah.
onwards.
So are we saying like processed food is
and
causing it?
microwaves as well.
And microwaves?
Yeah, 'cause
Ooh.
when the 70s,
Oh.
microwaves became commonplace.
Yeah.
It was,
Might
well,
have stayed in
especially
their
into the
20s
80s.
and would have-
Yeah.
Microwaves cause cancer, is that what you're saying?
It's
I
them.
don't want to get sued by big microwaves.
we'll get ninja cancer.
Well, it's true.
Oh, no, don't
say that.
go there. I
No,
love my
ninjas
air
are
fryer.
fine.
I love.
We
the
love our air
fryer.
fryers.
Fine.
I love it, but
There's something that worries me about air fryers.
What?
The ones, you know, where it's like a silicone, where it's like plastic inside.
Yeah.
I don't trust that. Like
You don't trust that?
heating up plastic. That can't be good for you.
I actually don't trust anything drinking out of cans. I don't trust. anything
If someone gave you the option right now today and they said, right, I can take you and your family
Yeah.
and they can put you on a desert island where everything you cook and live will just be au naturel or whatever you want to call
I'd
it.
do it.
Would you do it and then get rid of all what you've just said? But then you'd lose your phone, your Sky TV.
Shit now, Sky. innit?
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, you don't even have to pay me for it. I'll go willingly.
You'd go.
Can you have, like
Yeah.
loads of books there? and
I'd
stuff?
love.
I think
Yeah,
most people, if you told them they could do that, you don't have to work, but you have to do a bit of farming and keep yourself sufficient.
Yeah.
I think most people in the world actually would probably go,
No, I think
okay,
a lot-
but as long as they're safe, you know what I mean?
I think a lot of people would be fucked. Whereas I think we as a family would be all right. Like I don't mind if someone said to eat, you have cut that chicken's head off or kill a pig.
no problem.
I don't
I could kill a
personally have a
pig.
problem.
No
with it.
issues, no issues.
I do if it's not for if it.
Don't name it.
I don't mean
Don't
it's
name the
for,
animal.
But I mean if it's for food and living. I
Yeah.
agree with
You
killing
probably
them.
respect it more as well. You know,
But
more,
yeah,
probably.
but I don't agree for fun or anything like that. But
No.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot. One of my best mates, Brownie, he'd be fucked. He wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah. It
He'd be
would.
absolutely-
He'd be sat crying, wouldn't
He'd be sat there. He'd be like, "Dip, I don't know what I'm doing."
I can't, my Uber Eats isn't working.
Yeah, like he can cook a curry, but he can't. If you asked him to, I don't know, like,
Hammer
do
a nail.
anything like that. No,
Yeah.
terrible. And he
Yeah.
listens to this. He won't.
Yeah, he'll love it. He'll love that.
He'd
Brownie.
be admit it. He'd be like, "Yeah, you're right."
It's interesting though, that, isn't it? That's where we've gone as a human race, where we'd rather now.
We're losing our natural instinct.
Well,
No,
but
we're
what I'm saying is
isolated
that
from a lot of
I've just
things.
asked
We're
four,
isolated from a lot of
including myself, there's 4 men in this room, and we've all sort of answered in that way, as in like, yeah, I think I'd take that. I'd do that. If I was safe, if I wouldn't have to ward
like-
off opposing tribes or
What about
whatever.
modern medicine, though? That's the thing.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that is one thing. Actually, that's quite good.
Yeah. But are we more ill now because of the processed foods?
yeah.
If you, do you know what I mean?
Say about the NHS, health starts with you.
Well, it does.
You can't end up with, it's like you don't run the car.
There's
into
so
the
many
road.
fat people, though, and I know you shouldn't say it, but
No, unhealthy people.
I'm fat.
yeah, all right, I'll say that.
Healthy.
I'm fat. I'm overweight. I am massively overweight. So I'm one of them fat people.
I shove a battery in my mouth and breathe it in.
You mean your vape?
Yeah.
Yeah. I eat chocolate.
mental.
I eat chocolate like
bucket
it's about to be stopped manufacturing at night.
Like Augustus
It gets
Gloop.
to 8 o'clock at night and I go, I open the fridge and go, I shouldn't be doing this. Shouldn't be doing this. I'm like Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know when she was she bulimic? But what I'm saying is, I go to the fridge and I talk to the fridge and I go,
Dave,
fuck's sake.
we all do this every day. This.
Oh,
And a
it's
radioactive
ruined- it
fucking-
ruins you,
There's
it's ruined
got to
me.
be something.
Yeah, it's-
I
know.
don't care what anybody says.
hypnotises you.
There's got to be
There is.
something.
So are we less healthy now than we was as a
Yes.
human
Yes.
race?
I think
like
Yeah,
100
Definitely.
years ago.
Easily. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
The healthiest we've been was in the Second World War when everybody was food was rationed.
Yes.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
That was the healthiest we
Yeah.
were.
I was saying.
Like, the last time we were
That's
healthy.
deep, though, isn't it? When you think about that,
I
we
think-
think we're this
Yeah, but
modern,
it's-
modern,
Fuck.
we're all this modern society, and actually,
It's
we're not.
impulse control. We're terrible. Most human beings are terrible at impulse
I was at
control.
somewhere.
KFC.
Oh, yeah.
I was at
I mean, I'll
somewhere-
leave it tonight. I'll leave it
Yeah,
tonight.
of course we will.
I'll leave it
Yeah,
tonight, and
we'll
I'll
go
go.
get a kebab.
Fuck it, I'll get a kebab or
As soon
something.
as I get out of it, I'm gonna I'll be baked, right, and then I'll order a fucking kebab and I'll eat that, right, and then
Yeah,
right.
but it's like I said, it's a Ferrari that was driving into the
No,
road.
but
Driving into
I
the
was saying
wall.
a few weeks ago, I was at a friend's house, and we were talking about all this sort of stuff, and I was saying I am I would bet every penny in the world in 100, 200 years' time, we will look back
were
on the
mental.
last 40, 50 years.
I know what you mean.
What the fuck?
They're all
were they
lunatics.
doing?
They're all lunatics.
Yeah, they were
They are
crazy.
mental.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah,
Like, just
due to the
simple
bodies,
things like
everything. Yeah,
putting shit in your bodies, breathing, smoking, phones, laptop,
plastic,
fucking Skype.
dumping,
Did you see that in the news the other
having
day?
tyre fires in every
Did you
car.
see that in the news the other day?
Mental.
Every human on the planet today has microplastics inside the body, and I can't remember the exact amount, so don't quote me exactly. But it was something like
About a credit card.
have microplastics in their body
Yeah,
now
it
today.
surprised me, yeah.
Me, you. A credit card's worth of plastic in your fucking body right now.
It's like growing up and you would hear things about like how they used to put lead in petrol.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Or
And we think we're so modern, don't we?
or
There's a theory
think
about the
we're
Roman
so
Empire about lead
advanced, we're not,
pipes,
we're
isn't there?
fucked.
yeah.
There's a theory that
Pipes
Romans used to
that carried
put,
the water were made out of
because that's where the symbol comes from. PB in is plubominum or something. It's the Roman word for lead. But
Right.
they used to. That's what they said. They sent them all mental because they had lead pipes. They
Yeah.
reckon.
Yeah. But we still
Why they
do
were
it
so
now.
aggressive.
Yeah.
as an
I think we
empire.
think we're so advanced. I think we're absolutely. Do you know the best film? One of the best films for looking into the future I've ever seen.
Wally, brilliant.
Yes. Yeah,
Brilliant.
It's a great
They're all
film.
like they're all
Yeah.
massively overweight, but they don't walk anywhere, do they?
It's a brilliant film.
Yes.
And you see how
Watch
much
it.
you've
Go and watch it.
fucked up the fucking
Planet,
planet.
fucked the
yeah.
planet
And
up.
that is
No,
what's
it
now.
is. There is one.
Yeah.
And I don't help.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what we're doing.
We're all going
And we
around
do it
going.
in construction.
Yeah, that's
every
saying about
day.
the other day. Individual, we're conscious, and we're aware, but as a species, we're not.
As a
We're
massive
totally blind.
species.
As a species,
Well,
we're just
very-
all impulsive.
very few people.
Really, we're like raping the earth, really, as a species.
We're not an intelligent species as a whole.
I think the Earth will be fine. So it's fuck.
Yeah,
In a
Yeah.
million years, 2 million years, we'll be back.
I've got one actually, relating it back to construction. So there's a big thing come out recently about toxins and glues that we use.
Yes.
I've seen carpentry and joinery.
Yes.
Laminating stuff. We're always
MDF.
shit together and everything. So a big one is PU glue. So the foam glue. You know the glue that looks like treacle and it foams up.
Yeah. Under the floors.
They've literally found out that it causes the fumes from it is very highly cancerous, and they're
Oh.
trying to ban it in every workshop.
There you go.
People have been using that on fucking
Yeah.
floorboards, on site,
Since
fucking
easy
squirting
30
it,
years.
fucking on your
Easy.
hands, fucking everywhere.
I know.
They're now saying it's highly cancerous.
Yeah.
Like 40 years ago, it was asbestos.
Yeah.
50 years ago.
Now it's
Yeah.
glues,
It's always-
toxins.
MDF, when you cut MDF, you've seen all
There
that
is-
shit that
I
goes
know.
in the air.
Well, America have banned.
When you cut some MDF.
America have banned MDF.
But there's also
Yeah.
the thing of like, to actually find out the effects of something, you need to let it kind of pass over an entire human
Like a
life.
long-term study.
How can you test something whole long
Well,
term?
you can't. Yeah.
That's
But
what I think about
medically, we only know what we know medically because of millions of deaths.
Yeah.
That-
And it's
that's-
mostly
that's-
factory workers and construction workers and probably people in the military.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. I think one day someone's coming with these.
Like they give you brain cancer or something.
I just think there's something.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always on me.
I love my phone.
You know,
But I know what you mean.
I just think it doesn't. I'm not having it. It's not like I use it, and I'll spend all night watching shit on my phone.
no, I think the problem is it's hypnotic. It stops you from
You're
doing
scrolling
stuff.
through TikTok.
No, it is.
You're
It's
scrolling through
hypnotic.
TikTok and you go like this through TikTok, and it's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's
You got
hypnotising you
work
with
at
that big
7,
whirling
and you're going
light.
like that. And
What we're looking
actually,
at, what
in
we're
your
looking
head though, you're going, "The fuck am I doing? I should be asleep."
Terrible. I know.
But you're still doing it.
But it's everything we do, everything we drink, everything we eat. Like you're pulling plastic off shit.
But yeah,
chicken
you
and
have,
lamb.
you have to when you
it's
become
mental.
When
Yeah, but
become
you
aware
tell
of that
people you
stuff-
can't have that stuff straight away, there'll be a riot.
Oh no! Look,
We're all terrible.
the thing is,
There'll be a
I
riot.
think I'm in that stage in my
Thing
mind
is-
now where I'm like, yeah, I agree with it. but
My
I'm
thing
gonna
is,
fucking do it
and this
anyway.
is what I've tried to do. When you become aware of that stuff, you have to take responsibility for yourself.
True.
You have to say, well, I'm just not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to wear that type of material, or I'm going to limit.
I
But we're all
agree
weak.
completely,
We're
but
all
I
weak.
think
It's true.
that is a
Right,
very
right.
difficult thing to actually achieve as
Oh,
well.
it is very.
But
few
you are
people
right.
But you know you have that awareness of it, and you have to you like you said, you're responsible for yourself.
Jack,
you know.
Yeah.
I totally agree with it. The only
Yeah.
thing I'd say is there are people like me that go the other way.
Look,
So
look.
I was doing a vape.
He's going to vape live on. He's going to vape live on air.
Now I've bought this, and it's
Look, he's
falling.
vaping live on the podcast.
Yeah, you've got the-
Do it, Dan.
the colour-
No,
you've got
I respect the room. You know,
every kid in school
fair-
wanted
fair
those
enough,
pens.
fair
You got it
enough.
on vapes.
What the fuck is in that?
Why the fuck am I gonna breathe that in? Look at it.
What is it?
It's
I mean, I know what it is.
just mental that what we're doing
No,
to
that
our
was some,
bodies.
Jonathan
and-
Mead said that
Just
about
no cigarettes.
what's the three main urges: shelter, procreation,
Procreation
and food.
and food, yeah.
And then he says the fourth one is getting out of your head.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what?
Well, that's why Gymshark and all that is so
always
busy.
thought-
That's it.
I always
And people going for walks and
Yeah.
health and
I always felt like gambling might be in there.
Definitely.
Yeah, well,
that is a massive
no.
one. That I think that's
That's
getting
always
worse.
been around.
I know we're talking about suicide, but that's getting worse and worse.
hundreds,
The
thousands,
addiction of
thousands of
gambling.
years.
I
Yeah,
know-
there
I've-
is.
tell you-
It's-
Yeah, I've said this before on gambling, but the thing is that it's a fascinating thing because that time in between when you've placed that bet, especially if you're in a casino and you're on a table, you've placed the bet, but the dice hasn't stopped spinning.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, that moment, it's not the joy of winning. It's not the losing. It's that.
Is it dopamine? Like
It's that brief second where anything can
Expectation.
Anything could happen.
Anything could happen. And
Yeah.
that is such a difficult thing to get as a human
Yeah.
being.
Actually, to go back
I
to what
think
we were
that's
originally talking
maybe
about.
why live sport is
Yeah, it is.
so exciting as well because
Chance.
live sport is also that sort of chance. Anything could
Why is
happen.
it when the World Cup's on and it goes to a penalty shootout, even people that have no interest in
Yeah.
football will
They
turn
watch
on
it.
and
They watch it. Yeah, they do.
because it's that.
What?
No, we've just been talking about it with
anything can happen.
like me with Niagara Falls, Danny with the
suicide,
guns,
yeah.
the San Francisco, the
Jumping off a bridge, yeah.
It's that moment of that anything can happen.
Yeah, you could go one
We're
way or the other
addicted
way.
to the.
Knife edge.
It's deep.
I wonder if it's not like because everything's patterns for human beings. It's that moment of randomness. It's like a happy. It's because it's so random.
I was sort of been stuck on it for a couple of minutes now about what you said a minute ago about, like 100 years from now, what will
I think we'll look back.
they'll look back on,
mentalist
what are
generations.
they doing?
or 200 years.
I'm convinced that will.
Oh, we
happen
totally
because
will.
The stages we look back on, like we look back in the dark age and go, that was a bit weird, right? We look back.
We were
before
learning
and
and growing,
after them,
yeah.
so.
I think we focus a lot on sort of from the 1900s us as a because of the World War One, World War Two thing.
Yeah.
You know
The
what I
thing
mean?
is, with World War One and World War Two, you understand why it happened. I don't understand why Hitler decided to kill.
That came out.
people.
Well, that came out. Well,
I think it was more like-
actually,
more like
you
10.
get out. You can do a really deep dive on
No, but
institutionalized.
I don't get
anti-Semitism and all
that. I think what Grice, but I also on the flip coin of that is what every other nation did to
Yeah.
try and stop it is a wonderful thing. To
Yeah.
stop it. But then at the moment, the last 30 to 40 years, I do think as an entire world,
It's
I
like-
look at it and go, right.
Where are we going?
I don't know.
exactly. We
what
don't know what to
fuck
believe in
are we
anymore.
better in here?
No,
I know.
Technology-wise,
You know what it is?
yeah.
We don't have anything to believe in anymore.
We've not gone to the moon again. We've not gone to this. We've not
No,
done this.
so about the 70s, we
So,
don't believe
all
in
right,
anything.
We've
Religion's
progressed
going in the West.
in communication and technology, but
I know what you mean.
what
No,
the fuck
that-
have we
that-
done?
that-
I know. I do know what you mean. I do know what you
We
mean.
don't believe in anything.
Yeah.
We just
We've
believe in buying
burnt
shit.
all our
believe in
resources.
money.
We've gone, let's just fuck the planet up
I think
and carry on.
I think, well, technology-wise, since the iPhone, what's been invented since then? And that was 20 years.
That's a great shout.
Nothing.
No.
That's as revolutionary as the
and
iPhone
I don't think there'll be another one. We've like
or
pushed
the
that-
smartphone, whatever you want to call
we've
it. But
pushed
yeah,
it as far as it can go, and it's sort of like.
what's going to be like the next big?
But
Or what?
it's also like, even if there is another thing, who cares? How does that actually improve anyone's
Human
life?
beings,
this
yes.
is my
yeah.
point.
Where
Yeah.
are we actually
Yeah,
heading?
actually, we
When
need-
are we going to
need
get
more
to a
than
point
stuff.
when we
Yeah.
don't have people on the streets begging for money and
Oh,
that
that's
we
always
can
gonna be
support
there.
people? And when are we going to get to a point where we don't have people who are the people going to food banks? Is
Oh, fucking hell, I
people
know.
are walking around with iPhones and people are going to food banks.
You've got
It's
billionaires.
fucking mental.
No, you are right. You've got billionaires.
That's the
I know.
next progression.
I know.
That.
I know. That is
Well, I think
fucked
it's
up.
going the other way.
Looking after each
I think
other.
this, I think this,
I-
we're all going to get poorer if not
I
careful.
think, well, I personally think that there are people who just like. There are people who just don't. I don't want to say anything too controversial, but there are people. It's like there are people who
There's a quote from Batman. I can kind of know what
They
you're going to say.
find it's so much harder for them to take care of themselves.
Yeah. So some.
It's not. There's this idea, and we've had it in our society for a long time now, that if you just sort of pump resources into something,
You'll fix it.
you can just then everyone will just be
It's throwing money at the problem.
everybody will
Yes.
just be an Einstein.
Yeah.
Not everyone. The highest people, like the highest level of intelligence or any area that humans reach, those people are outliers.
Yeah.
They spring up once they're like
They're so
genetic-
rare. They're so rare.
genetic.
And they
Yes.
can come from anywhere.
The majority
And
is just
a lot of the time-
average.
a lot of the time, those people are hated during
Yeah.
their lifetimes, and it's only afterwards they look back.
Yeah,
and
they go, wow, they
"Wow,
were.
he
They
was
were-
actually a genius."
Yeah.
But
It's a good point. That.
most people, like the best version of themselves, is just being a fairly ordinary person.
Yeah, average.
or even
Well, that's
something. Not,
great.
that's
And nothing
not
wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
And
Yeah.
some people, it might not even be that.
Yeah.
But it's that's I think that's a big problem with us, is that we have this idea that we can bring everyone up on the same.
Bit going sort of coming full circle back to it's
it's
like
really-
the
I don't
Instagram,
know.
the Instagram world of everything's amazing in my life and
I-
everything's
it's
great
not.
in my life and everything's wonderful. And look at me today, I'm having such an amazing day,
See, that makes people feel worse as well.
and it does, it does, yeah.
I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Not interested.
Not interested.
No, it doesn't. I don't mean like family stuff. Like I like to see, like you see the pictures of the kids, or you go on holiday.
I know what you're
I
saying.
like
though.
that sort of stuff.
You know,
Social media.
what it is, what's the story now? What's the story for everybody's life?
Yeah.
Because we don't have it.
What's the key
story?
stuff?
What's the
Well,
direction?
sort of bringing this back round because we're going to have to end the episode in a minute, and we've still not asked you two how you're doing.
Oh, so forget about us. Let's talk about yourselves. That's
So this
fine.
has been a really unusual episode, but a really brilliant episode. I've really enjoyed it. But sort of bringing it back round for me, because what you just said, then what's the story? And for me, the only truth of everything, to be quite frank, and I've got lots of friends and family, and we've got a big family. I know we have, but the only truth really that actually matters is your family and your very close friends. Everything else is fucking bullshit. The money that you owe, the money that you've got, the money that you want, the car that you drive, the house that you've got, the clothes that you wear, the shoes that you've got, you'll all end up in a fucking box. Every single one of you. Elon Musk to the homeless person in the centre of Manchester right now. We're all going to end up in a fucking box, getting burnt or buried. It's one or the other. And all that really matters is the people that are around you, like the day that happens, I think, or that, because they're what really matter to you. They're the people that really matter to you.
Just try and be good.
So just, and I agree, just be good, be nice.
Don't do people over.
Don't fuck people over, be nice.
That should be the next evolution of the human race, though.
But some people can very quickly
Science,
turn that.
not anything else.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a not nice word to use. I don't think I've ever used it on the pod, but I might use it today. And that's because there are some horrible cunts out there.
Yeah.
But that's I think.
And some men just want to see the world burn.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If that's why I think there needs to be a much stronger foundation to things that that people believe in. Because if it is
You mean like a religion?
kind of
No. I think that's something important in human beings. Then
I think because it is something. Why does it appear everywhere? In every
The, I don't disagree.
story.
But the
That's the
issue,
story for
the issue you've got with that, and I see where you're going with it. But the issue you've got with that is once you give that over, then it can be, and history has proven this. It becomes a controlling mechanism for the masses.
Yeah, but everything.
Yes and no. Well, yeah, okay, yes, it is.
It's got to be more left up to the individual. And the thing is, whether religion's there or whether it's not there, there are always going to be people that turn any philosophy into their own twisted version.
Yeah.
So if there's nothing there,
Maybe we should all join Scientology.
yeah,
No.
let's call up Tom Cruise.
No, and also I don't think we
John Travolta.
just going
He's
a
got his
little
own
bit
plane.
political. I don't think we really appreciate democracy enough. What it is,
Well, because we
take it for granted.
we appreciate
We
democracy.
take it for granted.
We appreciate democracy until what happened last night happened, and reform got in Runcorn, and every fucker goes, "Oh my God, who the fuck's vote for them? I cannot believe you've all fucking vote for them. You fucking wankers." You live in
They've had enough of everybody else.
But you live in a democratic
Yes,
society.
yeah.
Oh, no.
And I'm not, by the way, I'm not supporting reform. What I'm saying is, if you live in a democratic society, you have to accept the rule of of the masses,
no,
of the vote of the masses.
I'll say it now. Everyone who voted leave was fucking stupid in my opinion, right? And I don't care. They were.
I voted
But
Remain.
I
Yeah, but
respect the decision, and that was it. It was decision made.
But you have
How could
to.
they-
Yeah.
They
But
were-
they're fucking stupid. But
Well,
I can say,
and you're-
but they might say I'm fucking not.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
think that was a
yeah.
protest vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was because they were
But-
so
but
sick.
I
Because they were all
accept
sick of
it.
the same system. I know
But
that.
but it's mad. Social media's got this weird thing of. I mean, so you know,
Could just be most people are stupid.
it could be, but
Yeah, but no,
I can say I'm not.
on my socials, let me just get this off my chest. On my socials, I'm friends with a lot of like stand-up comedians. Lots, probably a couple. I don't know, a couple of thousand, something like that, over the country. Celebrity friends. No, these are people that aren't necessarily well known, but what they are, a bit like myself, gobshites. Do you know what I mean? Who feel like they should be listened to, right? So. But sometimes I look at the socials and I just think, what the fuck are you talking about? And they've got opinions on everything. They've got opinions
that's
on
the problem nowadays.
politics,
Yeah.
sexual orientation, gender, fucking every single thing. Yeah, and then they're calling the votes out and the decisions that are made by the masses.
That's the
by
problem.
democratic society and masses.
Everybody's got an
they're suddenly
opinion
calling it
on
out.
everything now.
And why are they calling it out? Because they don't agree with it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of stuff you see, social media, news, put it under one thing. A lot of it, whether you agree with it or not, it's designed there to get a specific reaction out of you.
Yeah, it's a blind
It's like,
algorithm.
I'll be.
It's all the Russian bots.
No, it's not. It's not.
No,
not
it's
bots.
us. I think it's
what
us.
the media itself. It's what those platforms or programs or accounts are designed for. And it's even when I'm talking to someone I agree, they'll suddenly bring up something. Did you hear about this? Oh, I can't believe that. And then the conversation goes on for half an hour and we're talking about something we both.
Well, we've probably just done that
Actually,
today.
just
But I know
one
what you mean. I know.
But it's
Just,
why are we even acknowledging that?
I know exactly what you
Doesn't
mean.
affect you, doesn't affect me. Just,
Yeah.
Just
I'm really sorry to bring this to a close because I'm really enjoying it. Andy, go on.
Just one thing. 20 odd years ago, your political opinions just used to be your political opinions. It wasn't like
Yeah.
you're evil and
You've upset me
you're
because of
an
it.
angel.
You've upset
It's
me.
just an opinion. It's where and that's when you should debate,
Yeah.
not like be alienate one another.
I totally agree. Before we finish, Andy and Jack, how are you doing? What have you been up to? Dead quick.
Ken Burns, The Great American Buffalo, great documentary.
BBC.
Nice player. It's fantastic. He's a great documentary maker.
You went to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
You rode a camel.
Yeah.
You had a heavy rainfall that collapsed the roof that you were in the house that you were living in.
Yeah, it rained in the desert.
It rained in the desert.
I've seen it rain in the desert.
Coffee in the desert.
He had coffee in the desert.
Yeah.
He's now. Who are you?
Yeah.
Johnson of Arabia.
Jack of Arabia. Jack of Arabia.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
And on that bombshell, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. This podcast, I think it's been one of my favourite ones we've ever done because it just went. We didn't speak about one thing on there, not one. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. I've loved it.
The philosophical episode.
It was the philosophical episode. We will see you very soon on episode 23. As I said, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Blah, blah, mouth vomit. We'll see you next time. Good night. Goodbye.
Take care.
See ya.